It's late morning on day 5 of the Utah backcountry discovery trip. Let's take a quick look at the route for today. We wrapped up Hell's Revenge and we're heading east towards Dewey Bridge, about 35 miles in total. The route climbs steadily through the Sand Flats Recreation Area, connects to Porcupine Rim and the Kokopelli Trail, and then descends to the Colorado River by evening. The Kokopelli Trail takes its name from the humpback flute player of Southwestern legend, a symbol carried along ancient trade routes. The modern trail follows many of those same corridors, linking Moab with the mesas and canyons of western Colorado. We stop at the overlook for a quick lunch, tailgates down, a chance to check maps, cool the engines, and reset after the morning slick rock. From Sand Flats, the road climbs gradually towards Porcupine Rim, a well-graded dirt road that rises through juniper, slick domes, and wind-shaped pinyon. After the tight ledges and climbs of Hell's Revenge, this stretch feels open and steady. The kind of road that lets you look around instead of just look ahead. We gain altitude from around 4,000 feet in Moab to around 8,800 feet at the rim. The air cools as we climb and the horizon changes. The La Salle Mountains stand to the southeast and to the west. Castle Valley opens beneath the cliffs. Porcupine Rim has long served as a vantage point. Early surveyors and travelers used this mesa to plot routes through canyon country before former roads were cut. From here, the layout of the land is easy to read. The Colorado carving its curve through the sandstone, the towers and ridgelines marking the paths between drainages. Even now, this high road functions the same way, a natural line between ecosystems, connecting the basin below and the mountain edge above. East of the rim, we join the Kokopelli Trail. It was formalized in the late 1980s by local riders and the BLM, linking Moab to Fruita, Colorado, along older cattle and migration routes. The track here is sandy, with shallow ruts, rocky areas, and some short sandstone shelves. Nothing technical, but just enough to keep the suspension moving. The road skirts the edge of the high mesa country where the desert begins to meet the foothills of the La Salles. Vegetation changes with elevation. Low rabbit brush and sage give way to gamble oak and patches of mountain mahogany, their leaves turning yellow and copper this time of year. Further up, small stands of shrub oak are starting to show hints of red. It's subtle, but it marks a seasonal shift. Late summer below, early fall above. A short spur leads to Bull Canyon, where a set of dinosaur tracks are preserved in sandstone from the Jurassic period. The three-toed prints, likely from a small theropod, like a velociraptor, pressed into what was once the muddy shoreline. Sandstone here is part of the Entrada Formation, the same layer that forms much of the slick rock around Moab. The continuity of these layers ties the mesa above and the canyon country below. From Bull Canyon, the route begins a long descent towards Onion Creek, nearly 2 hours of downhill track. The road isn't technical, but it's rough in places and a steady mix of ledges, ruts, and broken surfaces that keep the trucks moving slow. The suspension never really settles. It's not difficult, just constant. The kind of terrain that shakes everything loose after a long day. The descent follows the mesa edge with big open views ahead. The track weaves through drainages and rock shelves, crossing patches of slick rock and loose gravel. Every few minutes the light changes, shadows to glare, red to gold, as the sun drops lower towards the valley. Somewhere along this section, a mountain biker we passed early in the day catches back up. She's flying now, gravity on her side, moving faster than we can manage on the rough track. She laughs and waves as she passes. Gone again within seconds. We can't help but laugh too. She's making better time than any of us. The view down the canyon is impressive. The La Salle is fading behind us, Fisher Valley stretched ahead, and the dark line of Onion Creek carving its way towards the Colorado River.
Does 8 next 8 miles next to Wiggly.
That is a view, boys. Look at that.
Onion Creek is just one of those trails that's fun to drive. It's narrow, it's twisty, and it crosses the creek over and over, 20 or 30 times. Easy. A little muddy in spots, but we were just blasting through here. The sun was in our eyes, but you're in and out of the water the whole time. The canyon walls here are epic, real colorful, reds, oranges, even purples in spots. Obviously it's minerals in there, iron and manganese mostly. The layers here are from the Cutler Formation, almost 280 million years old. There's ancient salt underneath here that's decaying and it makes all this shift down. You can see that really clearly with the strata. The route's been used for a long time. Back in the ranching days, cattle were driving through here to get to the river down below by Dewey. Same quarter, but different traffic today. What makes it fun to drive is how fast the light changes. You'll be in the sun 1 second, in the shadow the next. It's constant movement. Light, water, color, mud, wipers are going, all changing as you go. It's a great afternoon and good way to finish the day. Once we drop out of the canyon, we head Highway 128 and follow the Colorado River north. This stretch only takes about 20 minutes, flat and winding the whole way. The roads carve right into the cliffside with the river running beside us to the left, cottonwoods line the bank, and reeds fill the bend. It's a quick run to Dewey Bridge. We roll in just before sunset. The bridge was built back in 1916. At the time, it was supposedly the longest suspension bridge west of the Mississippi. It carried cars, wagons, even livestock across the Colorado until a fire in 2008 took the deck. The stanchions and the cabling, some of that is still around. Dewey Bridge campsite is downstream of where the Dolores River meets the Colorado River. From our time setting up midday up to our highest at the canyon overlooks near 9,000 feet. Now we're down to about 4,200 feet here at the river, about the same as Moab.
Cool.
Once we park, tailgates drop and happy hour starts. The pace slows way down. Salim decides tonight's the night to pitch his tent instead of sleeping in the back of his Grenadier, and no one's in a hurry to do much of anything. Next time, we'll head north towards Book Cliffs and the ghost town of Sago, our next stretch of the Utah BDR.